Greetings and welcome to Stunthangar Video Hangouts. My name is Charles Carter and I'll be your host this evening. I want to extend to you my gratitude for you watching Stunthangar Video Hangouts. If you're watching this as a replay, I want you to know that I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please make a note of this so you can watch or be part of the live stream. Plus, we have an after party following the live stream, which is sometimes better than the live stream portion. You must be a registered Stunthangar Forum member to find the link to be part of the live stream and the following after party. Here at Stunthangar Video Hangouts, we talk about building and flying, model airplanes, sport flying, competition flying, and what you've been doing lately. To join our conversation, if you are already a member of Stunthangar Forum, you can find the link if you scroll down to the section called At the Bench. That's right below in memory of our friends. Now, if you're not a member and not logged into Stunthangar Forum, the At the Bench link will not appear. Now, if you're not a registered member, please register at stunthangar.com/SMF. That's stunthangar.com/SMF. That's Smart Men Flying. That's courtesy of Jeff Riley. When you register, you must use your real first and last name separated by a space. You must also use a valid email address or Sparky. The proprietor of Stunthangar will not approve you. Now, if you're inclined to not come in, but just enjoy watching this on YouTube, wonderful, fantastic. You can enter your questions or comments in the chat box over here, and I'll do my best to make your comments or questions a part of the show. Now, understand, sometimes even I can't get a word in myself. So be patient, and I will ask our illustrious panel your question or state your comments. And by the way, you only can do this during a live stream. So like I said, I host these YouTube live streams every Monday and Friday evening starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, if you find the Stunthangar Video Hangouts that I host or the many building videos, contest coverage videos that Sparky does on this platform informative and enjoyable, please hit the thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. And please share, subscribe, comments, all these things, activities help the Stunthangar YouTube channel grow. And please seriously consider joining the Stunthangar YouTube channel memberships, which start at just $4.99, which is less than 17 cents a day. And there's like two other tiers above that, but the minimum subscription is $4.99. And I think it's a steal. I mean, we have the talent we have on it. Sparky himself has like 60 years building experience. So you get that. Plus my show, I have on our panel, we have sometimes former national champions, world champions, people who've been doing this and building for a long time. So to me, it's a steal. It's a great value. And hopefully if you love your hobby, you want to contribute to it and help it along. So please. And by the way, I'm doing it myself. I don't have to do this. I do the $4.99 every month, comes out of my own checking account. And so I'm asking you to partner up with me and help support this Stunthangar YouTube channel. Anyways, I want you to know that also when you join, you become as part of the family and you have access to member-only videos. And Sparky uploads them from time to time, and he makes them so that only members can have access to it. Plus, he has a question and answer show for members only. So we add all that, tie that with a bow. It is a tremendous deal. Please take advantage of that. Now, this is Sparky's YouTube channel. So if you want to get in touch with me, go to my YouTube channel, which is called Flying Control Line Stunt. That's Flying Control Line Stunt. And if you locate the 2019 AMA National Championship video, which is a video that Sparky shot with his video camera of me flying his beautiful and light Junar XL. It was orange back then, and it was my first time at the Nationals. Got a chance to fly in front of some trained judges, and check it out. Tell me what you think. Comment, like, subscribe there as well, and I really would appreciate it. I want to thank you for your past, your present, and future support. You are making it happen. Please keep the conversations family room friendly. In other words, please don't use words or do things you wouldn't say or do around your own children or grandchildren. Without any further ado, I'm now going to post the link at Stunthangar, the Stunthangar forum. Let me get there now. So let's see here. And the link is posted. There we go. I do get asked from time to time. Some people maybe come across this show and they go, how do I get in there? And the way to get in there is to register at Stunthangar forum. And then once you're registered, you have access to the at the bench. Now, people who aren't registered can still access Stunthangar forum, but they don't have they won't have access to the whole forum. So, and that's one of the things you will not have access to is at the bench. So that's how you get in here. Looks like it's like I'm getting someone in here. I think this is Joe. I believe this is Joe Gilbert. It just says Joe's iPad. Hey,
it's
long time no see, Joe. How are you doing?
Doing fine. You guys well?
I'm doing well. Good to see you, man. Really happy to see you.
We missed you at Brodax. It was a good week.
I know it was. Oh, I got my Brodax shirt on, so I really hope to get there. We'll see, maybe next year. I don't know. I'm looking for things to be different next year. Hopefully I'll have a chance to go there as well. I definitely looking forward to doing that. That's a fun contest.
Phil was there. He had a good time, I think.
Phil, you said?
Phil was there.
Yeah. He had a good time. Yeah, I know he did.
And there's a lot of folks there. It's a good week. It's a good week.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming in early. I appreciate it. Let me finish up. Let me just finish up a few things real quick. I got to do so I can keep tabs on the audience. I see you there, Jim. Thanks for coming in. And I see Sparky's in the house too.
Phil was there.
Yeah. He had a good time. Yeah, I know you did.
There's a lot of folks there. It's a good week.
So we have a loop, sounds like. Does someone by chance has an extra tab open? I appreciate it. Let me just finish up a few things real quick. I got to do so I can keep tabs on the audience. I see you there, Jim. Thanks for coming in. And I see Sparky's in the house too. Someone has an extra tab open. Good time. Yeah, I know you did.
There's a lot of folks there. It's a good week.
We have a loop, sounds like. Oh, well, it's Sparky. Hey, Sparky, you have a extra tab open. Anyway, I fixed that, Sparky. Thank you very much. And let me see here. So Jim, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And I will get that order in very shortly because I know we're getting close to the contest. So,
oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, just a couple weekends away and it's going to be here already. So I'm hoping the shipping is a couple days. So I'll get that out. That's one thing I meant to get done today, but ran out of time. And we have Lynn Burrell in the chat. He says, hi, Charles. And Tom Rammel says, like provided from Branson, Missouri, celebrating our 45th anniversary. That's not Missouri, Branson, Minnesota, I think. Because Tom's not in Missouri. He's I think he's at Minnesota. Hey, Tom, well, congratulations to you and your beloved. That's great. 45 years. That's quite an accomplishment. That's a greater accomplishment than winning the world championship. So that's fantastic. And then Gary Sinclair, who's a monitor and a member of our YouTube channel. He provided us a like. And Lynn Burrell says, hi, Charles, like provided. Thank you very much, Lynn Burrell. And Marcel Legrand says, hi, Charles, and everyone at Stunt School. I really like that Stunt School title. Hey, John Miller's in the house. Hey, John, how you doing?
Doing well. You?
Doing good. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And Lynn Burrell, how you doing, Lynn?
Nice.
You survived your birthday?
I survived it. Yeah, barely, but yeah, I survived it. Ate too much cake. It's all good.
That's good. That's great. And Gary Sinclair is the camera is not enabled, but he's here. So anyway, so Joe, since last time I spoke to you, we had the NAST, and I saw you at the banquet. I saw you at a table, and I think I saw you some other time. I watched some of the videos that Sparky had produced. So how was
It was great. The banquet was just incredible. I got to sit down by Les McDonald, and Dave Gerke was sitting on our table. Nice guys, nice guys. We had a good time. It was wonderful. Mark did a fantastic job on that.
Yes,
And
he did.
The Nats was great. The AMA, I think they did the best job they've ever done with the grass being mowed. The circles were good. It was great. It was a good week.
That's fantastic. So did you pick up anything at the Nats? Did you learn anything? Anything that
I couldn't get. I wrecked my truck here 3 months ago, so we took Colleen's car, and Big Two will not fit in that car. So I took my little Cavalier, and I just spotted him and flew against him, and he had a good time. The little Cavalier flew well.
Yes.
Little Cavalier that could. It was a good week. We did okay.
That's good. That's good. Let me see. And Jim Hoffman, you came in next, I believe. So Jim, what's going on with you?
Let's see. We're trying to survive the weather.
Heat.
This is Phoenix, and it's as hot as they say it is, although it does this every year, but this is really exceptional.
Oh, I bet, because I've been flying in 95-degree weather myself.
Yeah. So anyhow, we went out and flew on Sunday. We'd go out early. And actually in Tucson, it was overcast, which was nice. So we took in a couple of flights. Just the only people that flew were me and Lou Woolgast. And so I tried to do something. You have an airplane, you've been flying for a while. And I sometimes purposely go back and revisit trim adjustments I'd made.
Mm-hmm.
That, you just learn to live with them and go back and readjust and see what you think. So I flew the big orange airplane, and it's got a bunch of nose weight in there. And I started taking nose weight out, and I think I'm gonna make a change. I took a half ounce that's gonna stay out. So that was worth doing.
Yeah, I remember when I looked in your when you showed me how you put your batteries in and out of your Predator. I saw the weight you had in there. I think I saw at least like an ounce at one time.
Oh, more than that. It makes me sick when I look at it.
But I've been noticing that nose weight as kind of helps keep the lines tight when you get above 45 degrees.
That's right. A forward CG, you got to get the CG right. And more forward gives you line tension, and it hurts other things. And so it's a compromise.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the thing working well enough. I was able to take a full half ounce out. I mean, there was 1 3/4 ounces in there. And when you saw it, there might have been more. No.
Yeah. So I've been playing with nose weight on my SV11. Actually, I added some nose weight to that last weekend. I put 3/4 of an ounce. Then I took out 1/4 of an ounce, so it's down to half ounce. And today I thought maybe just put a fraction more back in there.
Mm-hmm.
It did get light. It did get kind of light on the lines a few spots. So
yeah,
something to say about some weight in the nose of your plane if you need it.
Yeah, a lot of people, these impacts that they've electrified, a lot of people stretch the nose. And I didn't get the memo. I was working off a set of Predator drawings. I built it to the drawings. And next one, I'm going to stretch the nose maybe an inch.
Very cool. Let me see if I can get John Miller. What you been up to, John?
Swatting flies.
Say it again.
Swatting flies.
Oh, swatting flies. Okay. You don't got that electric thing? That electric one you can get at Harbor Freight? That thing works pretty good.
Yeah. No, it was 109 here yesterday.
Wow.
And it was 105 today. It's cooling down a little bit.
Good.
But didn't do much outside, I tell you. Go outside is like you walk into a blast furnace when you're not used to it, So, but I figured tomorrow I might actually get the motor or the engine running on the Raven back there. And see how that goes and finish up the lines and get that all ready to fly. I build a new handle for it.
Very good.
And I got my plumbing problem taken care of. Oh, wait here, just a minute. Missed it. Anyway, I got the plumbing problem taken care of finally, and everything's working right. So I can quit obsessing about that, but that's kind of an important thing.
Yes.
Especially when you're stuck in the house.
Yes. True that.
So anyway, that's what's going on here.
All right. Hey, Sparky, I've been really been enjoying your videos, Sparky. I've been last weekend, and I think even weekend before, I just basically was in my shop working on my plane, listening to you. I was just kind of like catching up. I don't think I was actually live during a live stream, but I was just catching up, and I've really been enjoying your videos.
Babbling on about sanding.
Yeah. We know we do enjoy you sanding, though. It's not like we don't like it. It's weird, but we do like it. But I like all the information you've been sharing. Trying to remember something that I thought was pretty significant, but there was quite a few. Just even when you're just talking, you might not realize it's landing. You might think it's landing on dead ears, but there's some good stuff.
This stuff here comes to me naturally now. I don't even think about it. So that's why I was asking you guys got any questions, because I don't know what to say.
Well, I watched one weekend. I'm not kidding. I know 8 hours of watching you one day, and the next day another 6 hours, just watching show after show, just trying to catch up on your Sig Magnum.
Well, I didn't do any live streaming today because I knew today was your day, but I have made significant progress. I've fixed all the buggers on this thing, and we'll probably go to paint tomorrow. So we'll get the color scheme going. It's going to be white on the back half. It's going to be like a Walt Prey type thing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Red, and then red, and then red, and then black trim, and then gold leaf letters. White on the back half, though.
That's gonna be cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to something wild that you've been talking about.
It's 53 ounces as it sits here. It's a little overweight as far as I'm concerned, but 53 ounces with the motor in it.
All right, cool. I'm glad to hear that last part.
Yeah, with engine, tank, wheels, everything all up is 53 ounces. I think it's about 35 or 36 right now with nothing in it.
How much weight would you expect to add from here on out to finish?
If I keep out of the paint can, there should be no more than 6 ounces, because my normal finishes are 6 ounces from the paper, from the bare wood up 6 ounces. So maybe 4 ounces, give or take, 4 to 6 ounces. If I
Well, 6 ounces would put you at 59, which is kind of your normal target, isn't it?
Yeah, I figured about 60.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
If I put urethane on it, the death paint, it'll go up 65 probably.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Thank you, Sparky. I think now I've lost track. Caffeine, I think you was in there in the mix. What you been up to, Caffeine?
I did some assembling progress, and I did fly on last weekend. I some adjustment or modification on my stooge. I can show you.
Caffeine, you got that audio is all messed up.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Well, don't want you to waste any time.
All right. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, much better.
Okay. So I did some reworking on my stooge. So it will yeah, it helped me to fly solo. I have some video to show.
All right, that's fine. I got it set up for you.
Let me share my screen, and then wait a minute.
While you're doing that, let me just welcome Stuart Morris. Thanks for coming in. Mark Gerber, haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for showing up.
Bennett and Nats.
And Dennis Adamison and Mark Wise, thank you for coming in. Ed Waskey, thank you for coming in, Ed.
Hey, Mark, this is the Magnum you sold me.
Okay, I'll take it back.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's nothing-
double the money,
Go ahead, Joe.
double the money.
Yeah. There's nothing in it.
Okay,
There's nothing in it left from the kit except for the foam wing.
Well, you're doing a nice job on it, Spark.
I'll bring it to Brodak next year. I'm hoping that I want an airplane that I know this airplane is capable of Pampa. I want an airplane that, let's say that I want to go to a contest that's flying Nostalgia and Pampa. I can take one airplane, but I just found out, I found out my Viper is M30 legal too, so we're gonna make one of those this year. Oh, I don't know that I showed you this. I found a lumber yard that this is what I used to make my beams out of right here. This is but this is 1 3/4. I normally use a 2-inch wide, but they didn't have any, so I got 1 3/4. 1 3/4 by 1/4 inch thick. This is 8 or 7 foot long. This weighs 8 ounces right now. I will whittle this down to where it weighs 1 ounce. This is the beam for the wing for my next Viper. And this shit here is hard to find. This is actually what it is lath for plastering.
Right.
They used to, back in the 50s and 60s, they used to build beam wings with yardsticks. Well, our airplanes are bigger, so this is it's a yardstick basically. It's just like this stick here, only wider and longer.
Very cool.
What kind of wood is that, Sparky?
It's clear white pine. There's absolutely no knots in it. The grain is straight down the board. I mean, he had about, I think he said 800 board feet of wood out there. I went into the store and I said, I'm not going to be your biggest customer. I need one piece.
bench.
And he said, 1 piece of what? I said, I need a piece of pine that's 2 inches wide, 1/4 inch thick, and 6 foot long. He said, well, out there in the back of building 2, you can dig around. And so it was like the old lumber yard I used to get my stuff from. And he let me go out there and dig around, and the guy came back in the forklift. He said, how can I help you? I said, I'm looking for wood. He said, well, how much you want? And I said, 1 piece. This was $5.40 or something. And the old guy kind of laughed at me. He said, what are you doing with that? I said, I'm making a model airplane. He just said, okay. That was kind of cool.
So Caffeine, you got that up yet?
Too bad I cannot share now because I just update my computer, so some setting has
I
been changed.
understand. Been there.
I will switch to my iPad and I will share it after somebody else.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Hey, Lynn, did I ask you if you done any flying, Lynn? Did you happen to go to the beam field, do any flying lately?
Oh yeah, been flying up a storm,
Oh, really? Tell me about it.
flying every chance we get right now, trying to get lots of patterns in and flying and trimming. That's all I do. Trim and fly, trim and fly, trim and fly. Trying to get lots of planes that are comfortable for me and trying to find out which ones are the best. Because
Right.
eventually at some point there'll be a stunt trials here and I'd like to go to it. So I'm trying to determine of the airplanes I have, and I have 2 new ones that are almost finished. I want to determine that I'm going to take 2 of them to the trials that I'm well practiced on and that I'm able to go out and fly the best patterns I can with.
Gonna be hard to knock out Kim Doherty.
Why, he doesn't fly anymore hardly.
But I thought I saw him the other day, or
Oh, maybe he did. I don't know.
yeah,
He may be flying. I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, I mean, he hasn't flown much, but he may be flying more now. That's a possibility. I'm not worried about it anyway. I'm going to enjoy it and have fun doing it anyway, so it's all
oh, yeah,
good.
it's fun.
So you can hope to make the Canadian team for the World Championship?
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far.
The goal
don't
is
think so.
It's only
Huh?
Ohio. Or is it Indiana?
Sorry?
You only have to go
No,
to
that's not,
Indiana.
no, that's not what I meant.
I know.
That's not what I meant. What I was saying is I don't think I'm able to make the Canadian team, but we'll see. You never know.
Good luck.
I mean,
Constantine.
guys, there's a lot of guys who've got a lot more experience than I do. So
Well, you got
we'll see.
Constantine and Cox. There's 2 pretty
Right.
good ones.
Yeah, most definitely.
That still leaves you a couple of spots.
No, it leaves 1 spot.
One.
Well,
That's
it's
all
one-
you
One
need.
One
spot.
spot and an alternate.
That's all you need, Len, 1 spot. All right.
1 spot.
It's that way in
Yeah,
America
so-
too, Lynn. You got Fitzgerald and Orestes coming. That leaves 1 for the rest of us.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, isn't it, Joe? Yeah,
You know,
it's the same deal, isn't it?
You-
Yeah.
you got to
you're
go
right.
and make it beat you. You still got to make them beat.
That's the deal. You gotta go there
Make-
and keep them honest. That's right. Like if they want to be on the team, they gotta beat you. And that's the
Well, they
deal.
better dang sure
I
practice.
agree.
They better
sorry?
dang sure. They better be ready when they get there. Is what I say.
Most definitely. I mean, I'm gonna practice and do the best I can, and that's the game. And I think everybody else will too, including Kim and all the guys who do this.
Sure.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, Kim's been doing it for a lot of years. I've been doing it for a lot of years. Chris Cox has done it a lot of years. Bruce Perry's done it for a lot of years. All these guys have been flying stunt for a long time. So that's the deal.
I'm going to
We'll
go to the
we
world.
try our
even if
best.
I don't fly in it. I'm going to go and be there.
Almost
I'm going.
definitely. So are we. Yes. Naomi and I are going to do the same thing. We're not going to miss it. We're going to be there.
That's right. Me
Most
too.
definitely.
I hope
You
to go
betcha.
there. I'd like to see the World Championship. I mean, that's
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
y'all.
exactly.
You got to go.
Because let's be honest, how many chances are you going to get to see this?
I know I can't fly to or go to France or Poland or other places.
I
to
mean,
go-
this is the thing. I've made the Canadian team a number of times, but I could never afford to go to any of these places. I can't afford to go across the seas. I just don't have the money to do it. I'd love to have gone to a number of them, but I don't
It's-
have the wherewithal to do that.
It's an impressive thing. And if you're in America, pay the money, be a supporter, and walk with the team down the road and let them holler at you and wave the flag. It's worth it to
There you
walk and wear a
It's
suit,
awesome.
dude.
oh man, what a thought! Yeah, that'd
Tell
be so cool. Wow,
It's-
thanks, Joe. Yeah, that'd be really
It's
cool.
worth it, y'all. It's worth it.
So, anybody else has done any flying or anything in the shop they want to share? Go ahead and.
I'm ready to share.
All right, go ahead, Caffeine.
Yep. All right. So, well, this is actually my stooge. Like I did some modification, especially on this part. Like I added more weight. So when I pull the release cable, it will fall flat very fast. So previously it was relying really it was only relying on the thrust from the step, because it's not falling really fast. And then at this part I also make it like bigger.
Yes.
Previously it was higher, so
Right.
it was touching the bottom part of the fuselage, and then yeah, it's kind of dragging your plane into like nose down. So I was always that's why I was always having some difficulties to take off really smoothly with my Stooge. So with this modification I did, yeah, it fall down really fast, like, and then I did like three fly on last Saturday, and it was all good because yeah, it's really smooth take off. Yeah, probably it's also because the grass is not that tall
Yeah.
on the weekend, but yeah, the Stooge modification did it work yeah, it was working really well. So I'm really happy with this Stooge now. So I also this is my ongoing project, which is assembling an ARF from Japan. It is a profile. So yeah, hopefully it will be done pretty soon.
Very good.
So yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I'm just going to show you the progress.
That looks good.
Looking airplane.
Excellent.
Yeah, and this is actually I have some question. The
Okay.
push rod that I get from the box is like a wooden stick like this, and then you have uh like you have to glue, you have to epoxy this part. And then my question is do you put epoxy first and then do the wiring like this, the wire or thread, or you do it on the at the same time?
Sometimes one, some the other. I'm not sure that it really matters. That wire is bent on the end and it goes, you have that anchored into a hole there, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be bent. I will bend this wire
Mhm.
at this end. It will
No,
go
I
to
mean at the other end
control
where it
horn.
contacts the wood.
Ah,
Does it go through the
one?
wood?
Yes,
This
does
one?
it go into the stick?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Yeah, the
At-
reason
at
I
this
ask
fo-
is I saw somebody once who put one in, they just took the wire and they used CA and glued the wire to the push rod and didn't even bother wrapping it, didn't have a bend through it or anything like that. And
okay.
it did not have a happy ending. And
Okay.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure that you had it in there, that's all. But
Okay.
I guess the
Yeah.
only other thing I would have done is I would have put some of that wrapping at the end where the wire goes in, instead of putting it all at one end, put it down like at both ends, spread it out
Okay.
some. Not a big,
Gives it
And
more
I
stability.
don't think
Yeah.
it's gonna cause you a crash or anything like that, but if you just distribute the retention, I think it's a good idea. So,
all right. I
plus
see.
you can float some glue in between the windings and onto the wire and everything like that way, so.
All right. Thank you,
Looks
Dennis.
like a nice
And-
job of wrapping.
All right. Yeah, it's not finished yet. I'm just showing some half progress, and then yeah, I'm going to ask first, and then I will continue. And do I need to glue this part as well after
Yes.
finishing setting the setting?
Yep.
Okay.
No. No, not the plastic piece.
Yeah. On the wooden part, right?
Yeah. CA there, but don't put CA on the plastic piece. You might need to adjust that to trim with.
Okay. Yeah. That's right.
I would get some thread and wrap the whole stick on the one on the left, or I don't know what you're right, but the not the one with the ball link, but I would wrap it all the way along that and then put epoxy all over that stick. And on this end here, I would take and unscrew that 440 bolt out of there and put epoxy down in there, and then screw in that 440 bolt and also wrap that stick with thread. and then wrap it up onto the 440 bolt that's sticking out of there and epoxy, a good coat of epoxy on that. There's a lot
Okay,
of
I
stress
see.
on those push rods.
Okay. Okay. I'll do it. Thank you.
Any other questions, Caffeine?
No, that's pretty much I got now. So yeah. So just the studs and this progress.
Looks good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Oh,
you
you're
guys.
welcome. You're welcome. Good thing to share. Thank you very much. All right, and I see Jonathan Carradas has joined us. Thank you, Jonathan, for coming in.
Oh, yep.
And I see Tryon is also joined us. Thank you, Tryon, for coming in. I appreciate it. So anybody else doing any flying or something in the shop they want to share with us?
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, last Friday.
Mark Gerber, just to make clear. I'm sorry.
Last
ahead,
Friday, Keith Trussell and Jerry Higgins and I went out to the field. It was a beautiful morning. Can you see that?
Yeah, looks good.
I know that airplane.
I see the Big Job and the Bearcat. What's the one that's next to the guy with the hat?
That's Jerry Higgins. He's got that RH1 profile that he's flown for quite a while. And you can see the fabric surface here.
Yeah.
So I put the rail gear back on the Bearcat. Here's Keith flying the Big Job.
Nice.
And it was amazingly calm morning for this field. You can get some good windy days here, but the temperature was in the high 70s, low 80s, and you can see there's hardly a cloud in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Just a wonderful morning. And the three of us just kept flying all morning.
Nice.
Does that mean Keith finally got his Big Job to behave itself?
Well, I think he still wants to do some more work on it. I don't think he's on yet, is he?
Not yet.
Yeah, he's still tinkering around with things.
Yeah, I think that propeller's a rev up, isn't it?
Talking about mine, Sparky?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's not the one you gave me, Sparky.
But it's still a rev up.
Yep. And here's a quick video that Jerry took of flying the Bearcat.
Oh, nice.
Looks like you got the correct landing gear on it there.
Yep.
Heard it.
It didn't flip over when I landed, but I still bounced it. Keith said I made 2 good landings out of 4, and that was in 2 flights. So
Oh,
You know what's wrong with that Bearcat, Mark?
what?
Not mine. It's not mine.
now Joe, behave yourself.
That's a
Wait.
not. Look at that turn.
Wow.
He likes it a little bit, I think.
Mhm.
Plus, it sounds good for you electric guys. It growls like it's serious.
Mm.
Mark, that's probably the biggest airplane you've flown, huh?
Well, I had an SV11 last fall. It was actually bigger, but this one flies really well. It gives you a really good solid pull on the lines, and it goes where you point it.
Good.
So
I saw one of your videos when you're flying at the Brodex. Look pretty good.
yeah, Will Davis took that one. That was one of the first contest flights I did with it. Anyway, it was a beautiful morning. The three of us had a lot of fun.
This was today, or when was this?
Friday.
Friday. Okay. Very cool.
There's 2 blasts from the past. I just
Wow.
Make it big, Sparky. Hang on a second.
Baby, EW, the front one.
Hang
both
on.
of them.
Here we go.
Both of them EWs. I can't see the back one.
Oh, EWs, yeah. 10-6.
11.6. Boy, put
Yeah.
that 11.6 on a Aero Tiger 36. You might be nice to that prop.
Yeah,
Yeah, what are you doing
Yeah,
throwing it
you-
around?
You just knocked it out of balance.
Mhm. He's
Yeah,
got
thank
so
you,
many, we can afford to toss them around, so.
They're unattainium.
Yeah, you can't get
Yeah,
those.
you don't throw those away around. Be gentle with those.
Those are good for McCoys and Foxes and the 10.6s. The 11.6 I use on Super Tiger 46.
That 10.6 will work on a Brodak 40 also really well. It just might take 15% nitro, but it'll turn it pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, what was the what was the stuff on the ground that you're flying on? You've got it pinned over. It looks like what we call here weed cover.
It's pretty much what it is. Barry Higgins put all that in. I can't remember the exact brand name of the material, but it's much like that covering you put down in your flower beds before you put down the gravel and everything, at least in Colorado.
Is it Geotech?
Yeah, something like that. I think that could
Yeah.
be it. And it's all staked down and they've taped over the seams. Make sure all the
Yeah.
seams go down. You know, we don't have any left-handed flyers around here, so everybody's going clockwise. So
And how are your landings? Do you say you're not flipping over now like you were?
well, no. I still did some bouncing, but I think I need to add a little bit more nose weight. It doesn't glide quite as smoothly as I think it should.
Oh well, any landing
again,
you can walk away from is a good landing.
I keep changing my altitude. I go from this field's at 6,000 feet,
Oh, okay.
and then I fly at 5,000 feet in Fort Collins, and then of course Brodak's and Muncie are closer to 1,000.
Okay. Do you find when you go to lower altitude, you have to retune your engines?
Oh yeah. I found at the lower altitude, the prop that I've got that I like best is a 14.5 rev up that Sparky gave me that I cut down to 13.
Yeah.
Because the 13.6 rev up was too much. It was going too fast.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't have a 13.5 with me. Sparky gave me a 14.5 and says, here, cut this down. So I did. And it works great.
Yes.
So I used that one in Muncie and in Brodak's. But here in Colorado, it's a little bit too much prop. So I go back to I've got some plain old 13.5s. And those work about best, or 13.6s. So that's what I use here.
You might want to try a 13.4.
You got any?
Do somewhere.
So as you come up in altitude and the air gets thinner, does the engine want to run away on you a bit, does it? Or is it?
No, I don't see much change in the behavior. You have to, change the needle setting. You have to richen it up when you go down because you got more air going through.
Yeah.
And lean it out when you come up because you got less air.
Yeah.
But the character of the run seems to be similar.
All right.
How much nitro do you run, Mark, at home?
10%.
Really?
Yeah.
I started 15.
Yeah, and you're only at 2,000 feet.
Yeah, I started 15 and go up.
You'd like.
Now, anyway,
Tulsa sat 20% all day.
The motors I have, the Super Tigers and the Aero Tigers, the Super Tigers work fine on the 10%. The Aero Tigers don't like a lot of caster.
Like
Nitro.
Or nitro.
Nitro,
They don't like a lot of nitro. That's true.
They don't like a lot of caster either.
But you could go with more nitro than you are.
Well, I really don't feel
Absolutely.
like I need it. I mean, the motor's got plenty of power. So
They could have plenty more power.
if you have to, perfect world, you could set your needle at whatever altitude you are, and you could change your nitro the appropriate amount up and down as you gain and clip. As density altitude changes, you could never touch the needle.
Yep.
Never. In the perfect world.
Yep.
That's what
We
Brett
did that.
Buck
They
does.
just keep adjusting the nitro, yeah.
we did that experiment one day, me and Whiteley actually. And I was complaining that my Super Tiger 60 USA 1 was wimpy because it was hot as hell. And we kept upping that nitro.
Open that needle.
And every flight got better and better and better. And we got to about 25% and was starting to detonate. And so we quit. But lesson learned. It's like crack. I'm addicted to it.
Yeah, me too.
We had
cocaine for airplane engines.
We've had some really hot weather here, like everybody else has, I think. And it got up to, I think it was 97 at the field.
Yeah.
I just showed you last week.
Yeah, you
on
need more
Wednesday,
nitro.
Yeah.
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Just be
and
careful.
I think the density altitude would have been about 9,000 feet.
Yeah, just be
It
careful.
gets that hot.
The nitro will be a negative to your fuel economy. But I can remember once being in Albuquerque, me and Lou, it was hot as hell in Albuquerque. We each had one flight left. And I think we both put in 25%. And we're pretty happy.
Gilbert still beat you.
He wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, I had a buddy.
I've been at Albuquerque when it was density 800 feet, and I threw 30% in Big Blue and richened that pig to it sounded mean and put 8 ounces in it. And baby, you can make the engine and prop work, but the wing still suffers a little. But you can make power.
But that field at Albuquerque was very similar. It was about 5,000 foot elevation. And I remember at least more than one day down there, it was up in the high 90s. And it was hard to get a corner out of your airplane.
Yeah. But the power helped a lot.
The fact.
Vortex
nose weight, baby.
Helped too.
Put nose weight. Open the handle up.
Yeah, my buddy found out yesterday about how the fact that the nitro makes your fuel mileage suffer when it quit in the overhead 8s.
Ooh.
He's like, why did it quit? Why did it quit? I'm well, you're using higher nitro. It's gone. It's empty.
Open the needle. Open the needle.
More oil. If you go, I mean, if you use 22% oil, it's not Rich's brew, or what is that other stuff they used to sell there? That you use more.
Omega?
No. They used to sell it.
We use Rich's. We use Rich's brew.
Talking about champion fuel, Sparky?
No, it's not. It wasn't Champion. It was
Power Masters.
Power Master. Yeah, they sell 22%, and you run out of fuel with that because it displaces the methanol. But that's how I lost my Thunderbolt down in Memphis. Was
Millington.
More nitro.
Well, just without changing the nitro, my Bearcat uses about 6 ounces at Muncie. And here last week, it was under 5.
Right.
Probably could have got down to 4.5 ounces to do the pattern.
Just not that much air going through that same Venturi.
Open up the Venturi.
Leave it alone.
Got to burn fuel to make power.
Add nitro.
Add nitro.
The problem with adding nitro is it burns the nose off the airplane.
Come on, say it, Dennis. What do you? I know what you're thinking. I know you're just trying to be.
Come on, let's hear it.
Go ahead. Let us have it.
Not only Dennis.
No.
Come on, let's hear it. Let's hear it. It's okay.
When it gets hot for him, the only option he has is to go more RPM. He can't make more torque.
All I know is I can go in outer space and I still get the same motor run.
I don't believe y'all, but whatever. I know about density altitude. Really, if you get one propeller and 1 RPM and you go up 8,000 feet, you ain't got no damn power. I don't care who you are. You can spin that prop all you want. It ain't going to go the same speed because there ain't no air to push it.
That's true, but my motors are going to run the same. I don't have motor problems.
The motor's the same, but it ain't going to make.
You can overcome it with either system. It's just a different approach.
You got to learn which.
Exactly.
I do both.
Make changes that electric system, make it perform at 8,000 feet too.
I don't know about 8,000.
No, nobody says that, Joe. Nobody says that, but I have a hell of a lot less problems tuning it out if I had to. And I still have my 5.5 minute flight if I You know, that's all I need. Oh, I need to pick it up. I'll pick it up a little bit, 5 minutes and a half. And no overrun, no underrun, no none of that stuff.
Right. That timer is going to shut you off at the right time.
Exactly.
Let me cut in here. I want to just catch up on the chat box. Roberta, hey, Joe. Les McDonald here. It was really nice sitting with you and Colleen. Sitting with Dave Gerke was a giant treat for me also. Super classy guy.
He was wonderful, y'all.
Les, it was a blast reconnecting. It's been a long time. Been a long time. I hope you don't
I
wait
will
so long
second that.
for the next visit. So
I'll second that.
I enjoyed
Great
it
to
great.
see him.
Great. And then I have old control line pilot. That's Bob Whitley. And by the way, Dennis Adamison was in here earlier and he said gave us a like. He's a member of our YouTube channel. And old control line pilot, that's Bob Whitley up in Canada. He's also a member of our YouTube channel. I can tell by the moniker next to his name in the chat box. He says, like given. Hi, all. I hope to join you later. Look forward to seeing that. And Tony Dallas, he says, can someone explain wing loading? Does it change when you do a loop? How do you test wing loading? What happened when you get it wrong?
Wing loading's tested with a scale.
Yeah. Can I take a shot at it?
Yeah, go ahead, Jim.
Wing loading is a single number. You're exactly right. It's measured with a scale. The numerator is the weight of the airplane. The denominator is the wing area, none of which change. And that's what wing loading is.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that.
Jolly good.
So what happens when you get it wrong?
It hangs on the wall.
You have a sluggish airplane.
They hang on the wall.
You hang on the wall, it becomes a wall hanger. Okay.
Yeah.
The higher the wing loading, the sooner it'll stall, all else being the same.
All right.
Airfoil makes a difference. The thickness, it's the G load makes it.
Yep.
Must be the same. You pull 5G wing loading goes up to that 5 times original amount. It's the thickness of the wing's a big deal when you're doing maneuvers. Yep. Take a flat wing and try to make it fly straight. That'll be all you need to know.
And the shape of the leading edge, the bluntness of it, the more blunt, the stall is delayed. You can go to a higher angle of attack before the flow separates, and that's what a stall is.
Make it light and be happy.
There you go.
Yep. And then we have Tony Dallas. He says, I joined Stunthangar today. All right. Fantastic. And he says, I dropped Hulu. I seem to like this reality TV channel more. Bye bye Hulu. It's all Sparky's fault.
That's really good.
That is good.
No, we don't have a writer's strike.
And then control line pilot Bob Whitley again. He says, I'm glad that I kept all my stuff from the 70s. I still have 9 rev ups, 11 60Ws. Very good. And then Brent William, he had to chime in on our add nitro. He says add lithium.
There you go.
There you go.
And then Philip Bailey, who's here multitasking, he gave us a like as well. Thank you very much, Philip Bailey. I appreciate that.
Quite welcome. Can I ask Sparky a question?
No.
Sparky, what that primer you're using, is that the stuff from Napa?
No.
What is it?
It's from Harbor Freight.
All right. How are you going to keep that from bleeding through? Because I had it bleed through in 2 or 3 places, just little places. It just bled through and just looks awful.
Well, I'm going to shoot a base coat of this clear over it. This is clear.
Make it big, Sparky. Hang on.
I'm just using it. I'm only using it on the troubled areas, as you see. I'm not painting it all over.
Yeah.
I will sand it off. After I fix the troubled areas, I'll use this last bit of base coat clear that I got here that's tinted white.
Yeah.
Shoot that on, then I'll shoot my paint on, and it shouldn't bleed through.
Okay, you put a base coat over it. Okay. That's
Well-
what's, you're sealing it, putting a sealing coat over it.
Yeah.
Now, I shot directly over the primer with white, and I think that was the problem. It bled through.
Yeah, I'm gonna seal it with that. And that particular jar there is about 80% thinner. You know,
Yeah, okay.
Down into it.
That'll do it. That'll probably do it. Okie doke.
Hey Sparky, I got a question for you. When you paper the airplane, when you paper the fuselage, what do you paper? What's the order in which you paper it?
Order in which I paper it.
Dope.
Fuselage.
I start at the bottom and do the side and do the top. But
Do the sides first or the bottom and top first?
How I do it is I try to cut two sides and wrap it around the top, and it goes around the bottom. So it's two sides. You know, you try to use the biggest pieces of paper you can. You don't want to.
I get it. Yeah.
All over the
All right.
place.
Because I've always done it different ways, and I wondered if there's one way that works better than another.
Well, did you see how I papered this?
I didn't see it. No, I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, go back and look, because
Okay.
I put it on and then I turned it over upside down and then sealed up the bottom. It's kind of all encapsulated all the way
Okay.
around.
All right, that's cool. Did you put 3 coats of clear on before you paper it?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I
And
did.
then-
All right.
Sparky,
Yeah.
Sparky, when you say you do both sides, right? And then you do the bottom and top, do you rip the join or do you cut it?
No, it's ripped. Everything's
It's ripped.
ripped.
Okay, so you don't get that hard line.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Ryan's got something he's gonna show us.
Make it big, trying 1 second.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just playing around, man. All I'm doing, I'm looking at some ideas on how to.
pretty sharp. Very sharp.
Up this wing
Green is this,
covering a bit.
I like that green canopy.
What model is this, Tryon?
It's a Vector.
Oh my word, look at that. The Joker.
That's really
Pretty,
nice.
pretty
So I'm
nice.
trying something like this, maybe right Vector over here and on the back of the fuselage, put a USA on top of here. I'm thinking this is gonna be black.
Good shot.
And in here is gonna have the same color as my covering on the wings.
Mhm.
So I'm repeating the pattern of the color pattern. And maybe on the wings, I'm gonna come with a white stripe. So this is white background with the color stripes. This is gonna be color background with the white stripes, flipping, flopping.
It
What
look
kind of
good.
tape is that? Is that paper tape or is that
Fine line.
Looks like the vinyl.
Fine line.
You guys are funny. No, it's not fine line at all. It's the same masking tape I used everywhere.
so that's paper? That tape is paper or the tape is vinyl?
Look, you see that?
Yeah.
I have a long straight edge. I cut pieces out of this.
Very good.
And it
Simple as
doesn't
that.
bleed.
It's readily available. Takes me like 10 seconds to cut a strip, and I just cut a strip, and that's it.
Graham?
Paper or vinyl?
No, it's the paper. This is masking
Paper
tape.
blue tape,
The-
okay. Paper
Painter's
blue
tape.
tape, okay. Yeah,
3M.
okay, gotcha.
So Sparky asked, it doesn't bleed? You don't
Hey,
get
try-
bleeding with that Tryon?
I'm sorry.
You don't get
Does
any
it leave a
bleeding?
super crisp edge like vinyl fine line?
I mean, it's fine. I mean, you have this 3M tape that you can find it anywhere.
Does it leave a fine edge, a crisp edge?
For what I need, I'm happy with it. I mean, I'm not trying to win the Concourse of Elegance or anything like that. So that's that.
It doesn't bleed.
No, it's not bleeding.
No.
I'll give you a tip that you can use to leave a straighter edge.
Okay.
When you get the tape, because I used to use, regular crepe tape, paint clear before you shoot the color on. Shoot a light
Yeah.
clear on, and then shoot the color on, and then when you peel the tape off, it'll be all the stuff that bleeds underneath will be clear, and you won't notice.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Trayan,
Sounds like a plan.
Trayan, I'm
Yes,
glad
sir.
to know I'm not the only one too cheap to buy all these fine line tapes and all the different sizes.
I'm
I
a
just lay it
cheapskate,
out.
man. You should know that by now.
Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one because I do the same thing you're doing. I got a big piece of glass and I put out a piece of tape, put a big 48-inch ruler on it and strip it.
Yep.
I just can't bring myself to pay. They wanted $12.
$20.
Yeah, they wanted $12 for some tape that was 1/8 inch wide.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, just put a tape, just stretch it out on the top of your cutting board and just cut slices.
what I do.
We have you have 1/8 inch increments, you have 1/4 inch increments. It's already marked on your cutting board.
Yep,
All you have to
Oh,
do
right.
just follow
that's what I do.
follow the stupid lines that are over there. I mean, big up to
Yeah,
do.
that's what
I
I
mean,
do.
just doesn't take a
One thing
rocket
cheap.
scientist for that. So, thanks, Sparky.
Yeah.
Let me just acknowledge Gary Sinclair. Thank you, Gary, for coming in. I appreciate that. And Mark Wise, do you wanna say something, Mark?
I'm enjoying listening.
All right.
I will let you guys know that tomorrow night is the first meeting of a new committee that I've put together just to review judging, just the whole system of judging and how we select people, and it's not a witch hunt. It's just I just thought it was time to look at that phase of the Nats. So Dennis is on the committee, Bob Hunt, Mark Overmeyer, Steve Smith, the original Steve Smith. And,
No, that's not the original Steve Smith.
well, that's what he calls himself.
Oh, that's what it is. The other guy's the real Steve Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's the real Steve Smith and there's the original Steve Smith from St. Louis. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I got 5 of them now. So.
I can't have the guy on the judging committee who's not factual with his name, so I guess he's off. No, actually, I think this is going to be a really good committee just to look and see what we're doing. And it may turn out that everything we're doing is right, and it may turn out there, we need some tweaks. So I think it's very worthwhile.
Nothing is ever perfect the first time out.
Excuse me?
Nothing is ever perfect the first time out.
That's what my mother said when she gave birth.
Oh!
Were you the oldest?
I was the second and the last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
She got
Mike,
it right and decided that was enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Mike,
I was the middle one. I don't know what that says for me. Hmm.
I'm quite concerned about Mark. He's,
Mark,
Hey, Phil, when you
Yeah.
fail, try again.
Yeah, that's it.
you're concerned about Mark, Jonathan?
yeah, I'm concerned about a health and safety issue with him in the background there.
Which Mark?
Mark Wise, a word to the wise. He's got that plant behind him is growing. It's getting out of control.
Oh,
And it won't be long before it starts to, it might start devouring people. You read the book, The Triffids?
well, actually, it was a gift from all the Pampa members who don't like me.
And you
Apparently,
didn't
if I sit here long enough, it'll strangle me.
Feed me.
Oh, Lord.
It's definitely growing, that's for sure.
That's it.
Must be all the fertilizer going around there.
Perfect,
comment.
Jonathan.
With all the
Perfect.
trips you've been taking lately, are you ready for one more? We only got a couple of weeks. Well, we got 2-3 weeks until West Virginia.
Yeah, that's Will and I are going to help Ed and everyone else with the youth fair, the youth expo, which is it's just a wonderful event, and I enjoy it. And Will's coming up this year, and
I'm planning to be there.
oh, is that right?
See-
Excellent.
Yes, sir. I'll see Will Saturday. We're having a club meeting down in Huntersville. And,
Good deal.
I'm planning on being there, and then I'm planning to go. He had talked to me at the Nats, so I'm planning on being there. My wife is planning on being there. My wife has told me we're going, so we're going.
Yeah. Phil, you coming up Friday or Saturday?
We're coming
It's
up
Friday.
Thursday, so we'll be there Friday.
Okay, you're coming up Thursday.
I don't want to be too tired to fly, so we're going
Yeah,
to come up
yeah,
Thursday.
okay. I'm just confirming all the hotel rooms tomorrow and
Okay.
stuff.
Wonderful.
We're planning to be there.
That's great.
Hey, Phil.
Yes, sir.
I don't think you and Ed know this, but early Sunday morning, I'm driving down to the Maryland Eastern Shore for the Jim Cole fly-in. That's the Tim runs that, and Tim Stagg.
Yeah,
it's a good Sunday is PA. I think the other events may be on Saturday.
yeah, I think it is. I was planning to come to that, but we're just doing too much traveling. Something had to go, and that was the one that got axed. I hate it because I think the world of Tim, but I can't make it this year. But tell him I'm looking forward to coming next year.
Good deal. Good deal.
Hey, Ed, you want to tell us more about your event?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, appreciate it. Been really busy talking with a lot of people, getting more volunteers this year. We were just right at about 600 youth in 2 days last year, so we're probably looking closer to 700. And that, while I was at the AMA gift shop, used some of the grant money to make sure we had giveaways, treating it more like a Halloween deal for kids, a lot of little things to give away, but mainly something that they'll remember what aviation is and what it can do for them. And that, so got confirmed a couple of guys going to parachute into the soccer field.
Wow.
3 paramotor guys going to fly around and land there. Right now, the Black Hawk is supposed to land in the parking lot, and Health Net land in the ball field. And, just looking at really showing the adults and the kids what control line, radio control, free flight is all about. A good buddy of mine that does commercials, TV, and all that stuff. His wife is going to come and start covering the event for me. And if Justin is not flying, he is going to also help out and stuff. And he's the one that made the video, the 30-second video about the expo, and that was all donated. And so it's really nice to see the support that we're getting. And look forward to it. Companies have been great. We got a lot of things. I've got an extra ring rat adjusted down after talking with Will in regards to almost no down and just very little up, and be able to show to try to control with throttle your altitude. And that's so hopefully it doesn't hit the ground too hard if it does. And then also behind the scenes experimenting. When you build a model, you don't necessarily have all the right decals. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to look at what should it look like size wise. So when I go to Calais graphics, they can size all the right insignias and stuff. The D-Day stripes I'll just spray on, and that with Tamiya paint. So I'm trying to get that done. And also Jonathan, you're getting famous there. I saw you on Facebook.
Me?
Yeah, your mate put you on Facebook.
What was I doing?
sitting in a chair, flying, must have just
Oh.
finished flying.
Oh yeah, that was yeah, probably before my operation.
Yeah.
Yep. I flew for the first time on Sunday, 2 days ago here. I went up to Gerald Wimmer's place and I stood in mud up to my ankles or beyond, and with one of my sticks to help hold me up, and I managed to only get about 3 laps out of it each time, and because it had a hole in the fuel tank.
Oh, let me make it big, Jonathan. Hang on. What do you got there?
Had a hole in the fuel tank, and I only managed to we couldn't get it to run right, and then we suddenly realized there was a hole in the tank, so giving it away for the time being. And but I had fun. Broke the prop. She came at me, and it gave me a bit of a skip of the old heart there for a moment, because I thought with the walking stick, how the hell am I going to get out of its way if it takes my head off? But I was lucky. It managed to go over the top of me.
Yeah.
And
when was this, John? Was this recent, Jonathan? Did you go flying recently?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was flying this thing a couple of days ago.
That's great. So your recovery is going really well. Then you're actually flying again.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't move very well. But so the grass was very long. It was very muddy. So we decided to fly. Like the Wimmers flew lots and lots of different flying wings, and I flew this thing because I thought at least if I can't move very well, I can just stand in one spot and do lazy 8s all over the place. But as I say, it had a hole in the fuel tank, so that was that. So yeah, they were just short flights, but it was fun getting back on the stick.
I bet. I'm happy for you.
Seeing you. Yeah. Also, Charles, 2 other things I forgot to mention. For the people coming in from out of town, I have a room reserved Friday night this time to have a meal for everybody to get together at Mia Margarita's place, and so those that are coming, just make sure you'll be getting all the information on that. And let's see here. I had one more thing that I was going to bring up, and now I totally forgot it. So
when you come back, you can come back and revisit it. No problem.
Getting old.
No problem. I know the feeling well.
Let me welcome Howard Rush. Hey, Howard, how you doing?
How are you, Howard?
Oh, I'm alive.
All right. You've been flying on Circle 1?
No. I've been enjoying the COVID.
Oh, okay.
Again?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
What did you want to go and do that for, Howard? I mean, there's no fun in that. I could have told you.
Yeah, I should have listened.
Let me see here. So Dennis, have you had a chance? Dennis had a miss. Have you had a chance to do any flying?
No, I haven't. We got out from underneath babysitting the grandkids, but the newest one still hasn't left the hospital, so still kind of on call with that. Went to a graduation party today. I mowed the lawn. It's just flying hasn't been in the cards here for a while yet.
Well, I can tell you've gotten some sun. That's why I thought you might have been flying, but you've been.
Well, that was probably from worse from doing yard work. But anyhow,
I'm gonna do it tomorrow.
I have got Mark Gerber has been doing. I want to do a quick share here. Mark Gerber worked on some new diagrams here, and I want to see if I can show these off. And what this is, let's see. Wait a minute. Oh, remember I've been talking about trying to work out a new simplified or a stunt pattern designed to stay under 45 degrees.
That's all guys,
vertigo and stuff like that. And of course we have take 5 maneuver, the starting point, we're taking all of the, higher elevation maneuvers out of the current pattern. So we lose the wing over, the vertical 8, hourglass, overhead, clover. Everything else is 45 degrees. And you got just a quick set here of maneuvers that we want to replace them with. And Mark has been right on it. And so here's the first of them here. The outside triangle. All right.
All right.
Then after the square 8, we're going to do a bow tie. All right. And
that's the way to do it too. The other way is harder.
Yeah, it seemed to be a more logical way to do it. You know, it's more of a lazy 8 kind of pattern and everything like that. But again, there's going to be these 4 checkpoints and an intersection and everything like that.
That's easy.
Well,
you have to go the other way.
The other way is more dangerous. Your trim of your airplane will bite you if it's not right.
Yeah.
It's like the outside square
that might come out of
your
this
hair out when you do it.
One of the things I'm hoping it comes out of this is that we will have a pattern that's actually pretty easy to fly in the wind or something like that too. You're staying under 45 degrees. It takes a lot of the pressure off trying to,
Hey, Dennis,
how you're flying. Yes, sir.
You know, that may just be a good solution for indoor flying. You wouldn't need.
It would be for indoor, yeah.
Yeah,
You don't need a lot of ceiling or
no.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we are having another one. I called it a couple of hats here, but this is the first one I called this a derby, and Mark says, gee, that looks just like a roller coaster. So what do you think it looks like?
Boob.
It's like
That's a roller coaster.
Okay, because the ones I had seen, the roller coasters I've seen before went a full lap. All right, you did this, four sets of these around the circle and stuff. This would be intention to be just a simple climb and dive kind of thing. Again, it's not hard to do, but I think it would be hard to do it really, really well with instantaneous transitions here and here and stuff like that. It would
is
be,
the
it
idea
would
to
be
go vertical?
I don't want people who fly this pattern to think that they're flying a kitty pattern or something like that. I want them to fly something that presents a bit of a challenge too. So, and then finally, the last of the hats here. All right, where is it?
Top hat.
Top hat.
Okay, yeah.
Just a square thing. And I thought we might do a bamboo hat with a triangle thing, and it was just too simplistic. It's just basically, that would
This is basically like a climb and dive for the old time pattern.
Yeah,
Rapid succession.
That's really a good way of looking at it, Mark. Climb and dive in a single maneuver. I don't know, I do some of done these in the past as kind of an after pattern kind of a thing.
That's a good trim maneuver for me. I use that for trimming.
That's what I use for trimming. Yeah.
Me too.
You want a hard maneuver that you can keep under 45 degrees, do a star.
A what?
Now that takes a star.
Never tried it.
Hey, Dennis.
I have tried it a few times here as of late, and it's harder than it looks.
Okay. I guess I've never heard of it. So,
Danny,
you do a star, you're probably gonna do it between the overhead. Put the top of the star on the overhead, right?
Okay.
Well, you can't do
Like
it.
a five
You can't do it overhead.
star?
That was the thing to it. You had to keep it below at or below 45 degrees. We
no, yeah, it's
and went to
impossible.
60. We flubbed and went to 60, but it's hard. I mean, it's hard, much harder than it looks.
Okay.
Danny, are all these one-time maneuvers?
Well, the triangles would be a 2, and then these would be, this would be a single maneuver.
Right.
The bow tie would be 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only other way we could do is if obviously can't go over exactly the same path unless you come around another lap and do it. Or if you put 2 of them side by side but then it starts taking a full, that's a 180 degrees of the circle kind of maneuver. And didn't know if we wanted to go there or not. I think it's possible, but
I think you could do this one upside down.
that would be another thing.
Yeah.
Well, that was on something like the triangle. I wondered about if we wanted to play games like we do with the old time pattern and give an option of flipping inverted to do an outside triangle. You'll have an optional thing there, but it seemed kind of silly too. Everything here is done. This is conceptually the same as doing the outside square loop, which folks are used to seeing and stuff like that. Is only
another
just
one
making it a triangle.
that's interesting, Denny, is to do once you come up on up line, go back level and then do another triangle off that. Put the point back like a figure 8 triangle. And get back for your fly straight across, come back 45, go back up, end it at 45. That's harder than you think too.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen
what about like a triangular 8?
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a horizontal triangular 8. So just like
triangular 8 aligned on the horizontal on a line axis instead of on a point.
Right.
Yeah.
In effect, you'd be taking this line and putting it on that line. Okay.
There's lots of cool stuff you can do.
You're still needing one more, right, Dennis?
Any of these triangular maneuvers are difficult because you're turning 135 degrees at each corner. Much tougher than 90.
Takes power, lots of power.
But we took out 5 maneuvers, right, Dennis, from the classic pattern. So
Right.
we need one more to fill in the 5, right?
Mm-hmm. To fill in the 5, and you actually kind of, and that's where those where the top hat and is well, I was going to call it the hat series.
The derby.
The derby, the top hat, and the bamboo hat. The bamboo hat, of course.
What's a bamboo hat?
It would just be a conical kind of like rice paddy hat or something like that.
Yeah.
Other names for it. But at any rate,
not that.
It's just not. There's just not enough to it. I don't think.
No, it's just another
sign's
top
not
hat.
that
That's
easy to
just
do
another.
either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stop sign, 8-sided loops, not as easy as you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh heck no!
Yeah, there's
it's
things like
not.
that too. A 5 side, a 5, a 6, an 8, whatever.
So this is your vision for a geezer pattern where you don't have to look straight up.
I like that geezer pattern. That's pretty good.
That's fun.
I resemble that remark.
Trying not to call it geezer pattern.
Fossil?
Yeah.
Fossil pattern?
Fossil stunt, yeah.
Pattern. Oh, fossil.
No. No, we have a lot of people who have flown stunt for a lot of years. They've done it well. They reached the point where physically they can't do the modern pattern anymore, or the current, the contemporary pattern. So trying to get rid of the vertigo inducing maneuvers would be it. And the challenge then is to come back and still have a pattern that they want to fly that still shows that they know how to do the job. So that's why things like maybe the 8 sides or 5 side, 8 side stuff. Maybe there's room for that kind of stuff.
5 sides.
I mean, we can draw the
1,
diagrams
2,
and everything
3,
like
4,
that, but the other side of it
wow.
here is that somewhere along the line you have to come up with the proper points for judging it and everything like that. I mean, the reference points is what I'm talking about there. In simple squares and circles and stuff is what the rest of the pattern is built around. So I was hoping to stay with something like that. We could take a peek at that. I was almost call it a rhombus or something like that, which would be the 8 that Joe just described. That would be 2 sets of triangles. Maybe we take a look at that.
Those are
Mark, what do you think? Did you understand what Joe was trying to get through there? Think we could draw one up?
I don't think so.
Mark Gerber, I'm talking.
Oh, you're
to.
asking me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the artiste.
Well, that's it.
I'll send me a sketch or verbal description, I'll try to put it together.
I think that's a very worthwhile project.
I hope so. Well, somebody I know gave a very eloquent speech talking about, the bathtub running empty and stuff like that. And, we want to fill the tub from the top, certainly with as many new people as we can, but we want to keep from.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what that sketch reminds me of: getting in the shower and looking straight down, and that's my stomach. So take it from there.
Yeah.
So will this be a separate event?
Instead of derby or roller coaster, we should call this belly button or something like that.
Derby.
Beer
belly. Derby. Let's just leave it a derby.
Yeah.
How about Mark Belly?
Yeah, and I don't know if this is a beginning. It might be a beginning maneuver. This and the top hat might be beginning maneuvers. They're not dramatic enough to be ending maneuvers, I don't think. I think that's one of the things that, the modern pattern, to me, we keep building more complex maneuvers throughout the pattern. When we get to the clover, it's a really nice exclamation point on the whole thing. I think that's what I really like to see, is that exclamation point that, I can't, comprehend, Phil, you described flying a star. Well, I don't know. That'd be a heck of a.
It's harder than it looks.
Yeah,
I didn't keep that under 45 degrees. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
No, it went to 60. It was to 60.
Even
I tried to go 45 and the cross ended up at 45, but the center went to 60. Tommy said you couldn't do it. He thought I couldn't do it, and I just had to try. So I did.
5-point star.
5-pointed star, and I nearly lost the plane twice.
Yeah, you need the plane that's going to turn.
Oh, the plane, my little plane turns. I mean, it's sitting right there. The little vector turns like I'll get out. But that maneuver is a lot harder than you think.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The SV11, I haven't got slowed down enough to try it yet. That sucker's still flying up. I don't know. It's too darn fast.
Let me welcome Stephen Minchella. Hey, Steve, how you doing?
I'm all right. How are you guys tonight?
Doing well. Sorry I didn't send you the email sooner. Have you had a chance to try to register at Stunthangar Forum?
Yeah, I did.
So you registered?
Yes.
Okay. So the link is always there at the bench.
Okay.
Sometimes when I do the monologue, I forget to send you the email, or I don't do it at all.
It gets long-winded.
Last week I opened the link and then I couldn't reopen it again and I couldn't find it at Stunthangar. So anyways, it's not important. I just wanted to.
Stephen, if you do that again, if you do that again, mine does that once in a while. Shut the computer down and bring it right back up, and it'll go right through. I don't know why, but it's done it to me 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
I keep figuring the moderator's trying to keep me out of it.
No, I wouldn't kick you out.
No, I know not really, but
So Steve,
you know how he is. He likes to stick with airplane,
You doing any flying, Stephen?
Just I flew just been flying the Magnum. I've been flying my OS 61. It's a SIG Magnum with an OS FSR 61 on it. And
FSR.
Yeah. It's
so you like power there, do you, Stephen?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's got plenty of
I guarantee.
Got a lot of power, yes. And I brought it in on Saturday after a couple flights with it, and I noticed the monocoat had come up on the inboard wing from the exhaust blowing on it. And
right.
So I gotta do something to make a repair on that. I still need to repair the Nobler. Need to repair the Cardinals wing. The wing on the Cardinals needs repair. Yeah, just a whole bunch of repairs that I got to do, and no table to do it on, and nowhere to do it. And Sunday I took my 46 out and flew it because that was the only airplane that was really worthy and I didn't really get a whole lot of flying in on it, just a little bit. And I'm just pretty tired. I need to rest a little bit, I think, is what I need. I need to take a week off and kind of relax for a while.
You don't got no time yet. We have a contest in a couple of weekends.
Yeah, I know the contest is 1 week away, or got 1 week of practice, and then it's Saturday and Sunday, and it's like, man.
I know. I was doing some patterns today because I was like, I got to get ready for this contest.
Yeah, I gotta get ready.
What are you flying,
Hoffman's
Charles?
getting ready. What was that again?
What are you flying?
I'm gonna be flying the SV11. I've been flying
You
the
got
SV11 again, and it's flying really good.
Do you have your Fioretti in it yet?
No, I'm gonna I'm actually gonna put together a second one, and I'm planning on building the fuselage so I can get and then put the control system in so I can get appearance points. And so that one will have the Fioretti system.
Okay,
So,
that's neat.
Charles,
yeah.
Charles, it's very easy to switch it from one plane to the other one. Get used to it on this plane since you have it, and it's your best timer that you have. And after you build that plane, just think about moving it over there or get another one. But it's no sense in, if you have something that's better, use it.
Yeah, but I only have a week or a week and a half before the contest, so I just think I'm just keep the SV11 as is, so that when I get to the
Sounds like
contest, I'll
that
be
close to the contest, leave it alone.
yeah, maybe after the
it's too late to
contest.
make changes.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, after the contest, yeah, I'll be happy to experiment. So but by the way, we're talking about the I think it's called the joust. So there's a joust at Wood and Arrows, which was old Sparky's old stomping grounds when he was younger. So we're having the joust there in a couple of weeks. I'm a member of the Knights of the Round Circle, the club, and so we'll be having a contest there, and looking forward to it. And
You going, Jim?
You leaving, Joe? Are you saying goodbye?
I want to show you something.
All right, why don't you show me something?
I'm teaching my grandsons early. This is a 1928 version of We.
Wow.
My grandson to read. I didn't let him have the 27 version. So this is the old copy of Lindbergh.
Ah.
You guys recognize
Lindbergh? Yeah.
Spirit of St. Louis.
I didn't realize that book was that old. I thought it
Yes.
came out later than that, like in the 1950s or something like that.
Mark and Grandpa gave. But I
So-
got this one for Christmas, 28 version.
Wow, that's great.
Wow.
And I don't read the 27 anymore. But Putnam. You ever heard of a guy named Putnam? Charles Putnam?
No.
Wasn't he the
No, G-
mechanic?
GP
Wasn't he
Putnam?
chief mechanic?
He's a
No,
book publisher.
book publisher.
Oh,
And he was
okay.
married to Amelia Earhart, just as a side note.
Amelia Earhart.
He was
Good
married
gracious.
to Amelia Earhart when she was lost.
My goodness.
Same guy, Putnam.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
That is something.
Yeah.
Aviation world's pretty small when you get to studying a little bit.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it was.
So that's all I have. It's not
Hey,
that-
Joe, did
it's
you see
worth
what happened
reading.
to Mike Patey?
I saw it. His engine blew up. Yeah, at 23,000 feet, and he dead sticked it through the clouds.
Yep.
Hmm.
I thought.
Who's
He did
this?
okay.
Who's
I
this?
just- I'd have to say that was a tri-lobe failure on a disc.
Yeah, it was a turbine. So I go whatever Ed says. It quit. The prop still moved, but the engine quit. They claim. He did it. That's a high performance airplane. That sucker play at the ground going 100.
120.
140.
140 knots.
Yeah, 140 on final, 120 over the fence.
I think it touched down at
Wow.
100 statement.
Yeah, looking at the hole in the combustion case,
Yes.
to have a hole that big, I would have to say it had a disc failure.
I would think
Where-
so.
And that when blades go, they just come out the exhaust. I mean, he knocked a hole in the bottom of it. So
He found a bunch of little pieces in his hand he showed, but yeah, he did okay.
What airplane was this?
It's a little hot rod home built. Ed, do you remember what it's a land?
To me, it looked like a Lancero that they put a turbine on.
Yeah,
it's
that's
called turbulence.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
A turbine
I've seen a
Lance?
picture of that.
I think it's a 340 or 50 knot airplane, isn't it? Ed?
He said he was at 400 when it went bang.
400.
Wow.
400 miles sounds good. 400 knots is smoking, dude. Woohoo.
Yeah, that'll get your attention.
That thing is fast.
Mustang's not that fast.
Yeah, I've had on the ground, I was running one up because of metal and oil, and it's not fun when they decide to lock up and go bang on you.
I think it'd be noisy.
Get your attention.
I bet.
I guarantee you.
$1 shot to heck.
Hey, Charles, what do you think about this?
Make it big so we can take a look at
I
it.
changed something a little bit here. So
Yeah,
That's good.
just add this a little bit here, kind of like that. And I'm thinking just dragging this all the way up on over the top.
It looks nice. And I guess
So,
does
so
look
this
nice,
is going to
Trey.
be that color, kind of like that. This is black here. And that color is going to return here. And the same color on the bottom.
Sounds good.
it's pretty, Trey.
So I'm trying to curve this upwards a little bit and curves this downwards a little bit, but kind of still keep it kind of even.
Is
So
that
it's
a
going to
vector?
show the level on the plane when I go level, horizontal. I was trying to get horizontal lines, but the elevator is going to be in the way.
Right.
So then I said, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to just bend it down and bend this up a little bit here. But still kind of symmetric, right?
Yeah, it looks good.
Nice.
It looks
So, yeah,
nice, Trey.
But I did add this one here right now. I think it's going to look much better with it.
The STP sticker right there.
Yeah.
So, like a race car, STP sticker on an Indy car. They put
I put like a vector or something like that, and I put the USA here. Maybe write some little stuff on top of it here over the collar. Maybe some other, whatever stickers, stuff like that. I'm thinking of just putting an edge here around the canopy with silver. Look like a silver edge of the canopy.
Right there between the stab and the wing needs a Vico cross flags.
That'd be nice. That's always a nice iconic symbol.
Yeah, like a Vico here.
Locked up again. What the heck happened here?
So you're not locked up. I don't think you are.
Yeah. I was just looking for something simple, but I think this is going to work out.
It'd
I
be
might
nice.
need to do something about this big empty space. I don't know what. I'll think about something.
Very good. Very good. Thank you.
I'm pretty happy with this so far, so I think I'm going to stick with it. I
Is
had
that for
something
you or
else.
your
I should
son,
do
Trey?
something else last time. The other,
Trey, is that-
the other pattern like I have on Revolutions. But then I was thinking like, it's too much trouble to do that. So I'm just gonna say, just forget it.
Yeah,
Sparky,
is that
you're
for
not
you?
locked up, Sparky. You're doing good.
What?
Is that for you?
You're not locked up.
My computer was locked up.
Oh, okay.
Trey, who's that airplane for?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go. That looks
My
nice.
vector.
It's yours. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Classic. Let me catch up on the chat box. We have a like by Edward Carlisle. Thank you, Edward. I appreciate that. Oh, by the way, Sparky, when I came in, Sparky, I saw you had 4,010 subscribers.
Yeah.
Very good.
Got over the 4,000. Very good.
Yeah.
And Terry Mitchell says, "Hey, Dennis, I got my ESC programmed and flew my electric clown using a 4.5 APC on 60 feet. Flew awesome." So that's great. That's great. And
Just
Tony
like it's
Dallas-
supposed to. Way to go, Terry. So
And then Tony Dallas says pattern is a omega. What he's, I don't know what he's talking about there, but
Omega symbol.
Sounds like it.
Omega symbol would be kind of a loop thing.
An infinity mark.
Kind of like your derby.
Lazy eight.
Yeah.
Edges pinched in.
Yeah, pinched in.
You call it an ohm.
Yeah.
No, would be a good.
Yeah, you just
Well,
take your
yeah,
derby
then,
and pinch
but
it
we
in
could
the
only
bottom.
fly that with electric airplanes. So, I mean, the IC guys, you heard them talking about altitude and props and, phases of the moon and everything like that.
Real stuff.
For adjusting their nitro content. Have them fly an ohm? Are you kidding?
Hey,
Well,
Danny.
just be fresh electric guys.
Yep.
Danny, I don't want to blow your cover here, but I think people should know that you shave with a gasoline-powered razor.
They're all
Well, you know.
fossil powered.
That's
They're
it.
all-
That's it. With a pull cord starter. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Dennis. I've just done something you'll never know the pleasure of doing. Wiping
What's that?
all the grease off my wing with this stuff. Window cleaner.
Jonathan, I did that for 40 years. All right. I don't want to do it no more.
Well, it's a bit like massaging, a beautiful woman.
It's
Now-
nothing like massaging a beautiful woman.
No, the woman massages back. The airplane
I'm
does not.
sorry. It is nothing like that.
No. No.
Bad analogy, Jonathan.
Naughty
It's a
boy.
wonderful thought. It's a wonderful thought.
Charles, I need help.
I can help you.
Let me get the help with Philip. Hey, Philip, have you been doing any flying, Phil? I see you have a shirt
Yeah, we went.
that says
we
"Don't
went,
rush me," and I don't want to rush
Oh, well,
you.
the rest of it
about your
says,
flying.
don't rush me. I'm waiting for the last minute.
Hey, Charles,
It's,
look at this. It's my guys, we're starting to cover his plane.
All right, just one second. Try. Let me get here what Phil is doing, or what he's been
We're
doing.
going flying
Phil.
in the morning.
Oh, you're going flying? Okay.
I'm going. I went Wednesday, not Wednesday. Went Tuesday, then we went Thursday, and I'm going to in the morning, and I'm taking the Vector again. My SV will go out for the first time with the guys Saturday morning, and I think I finally got it programmed. The problem was the programmer. I thought I was having problems with the speed control, but the problem was in the jetty box. So anyway, it's all timed up.
Thank you.
I forgot his name. Jim Vagani showed me his cookbook or what he uses on his plane, and I came home and put his settings in the SV11, and I think it's going to be fine. It looks good. It feels good when you fire it up. It's not screaming at you now, and when you bring the nose up, it does things happen. So I believe it's going to be all right. I didn't really want to have the timer on, but I mean I didn't want to have any. I don't know what that says. I will something.
Let me make it big. Yeah, make it big, Dennis. I will something.
Not pick on.
I will
I will not pick on.
I will not
Okay.
pick on glow. I will not pick on glow.
Yeah,
You're funny. I love you anyhow.
I fly both.
I'm
so I
trying to
can't
behave
stand anything.
myself, guys.
yeah.
I'm trying.
Well, I fly both too.
No,
I
he's
got
trying.
both.
I'm
I do
trying. But, anyway.
I tell you what, I had someone call me. I'm not gonna single him out because he's probably on here listening.
Romania.
But I had somebody call me and give me the dickens because I sounded like I had gone completely to the dark side with glow. And I said, well, you were just out there with us the other day, and I flew a glow airplane and a glow plug airplane, a fuel airplane. So, and just to relieve his whatever, I'm working on a barnstormer with a glow motor. But my barnstormer had to be redone a little bit anyway. And as Dennis saw the same thing I saw in the book, stunt history, I have done a little carving on the front, and it will have a tapered in. It will taper into a spinner when it's finished.
Very good. Very good.
Well, that was one of the first things I noticed in the early in the Wind Paul book. There was something in there. There's been discussions in threads on Stunthanger about whether you could finish the Barnstormer with a spinner style front end instead of the open front end that it was kitted with. And of course, a lot of people holding staunch positions. There's a picture of Lou Andrews winning Barnstormer with a spinner front end on it.
Yeah.
Any
well,
questions?
Very
the
good.
humongous. I brought up the idea of putting a spinner front end on the humongous with an inverted engine, and boy, I got crawled. But I have plans from Mr. Snow himself at VSC that show the front of the plane with an inverted engine, and it's tapered into a spinner. So I will have one. It won't have the inverted engine because the engine's going to be around to go, but there will be one.
Very good.
Well, it can be inverted and upright at the same time.
That's right. That's right.
And Jim, Hop, I do
sideline.
see your digital handshake. Jim, I'll be with you shortly. Let me let Tryon, he's going to show what his Padawan is doing, right?
Yep. So,
wow, that came out really nice.
this is monocoat. I mean, ultra coat on it.
Very nice.
This is the other piece. We have a couple of little spots here to iron out, but yeah.
And
for
that's
the most part.
That's for the Saginaw, right?
Yes, yeah. And we are also working on a fuselage. I'm going to show you this.
Oh, cool. Coming right along with it.
That looks good. That looks good. Like that.
These are molded.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And I showed you, I even molded in front of you guys.
Yeah, you did. You molded it right during the show.
Yeah, it just took like just a few minutes. Then I take it out and I trim it off and I'm done. But they did turn out very nice. I'm really happy with this stuff.
Good.
Yep. So this is how far we got. This is the wing, obviously. So the wing, I mean, just you have to look at it in person to really appreciate how nice.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, that's going to add strength, and it looks good. The that scoop.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this reflection here.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I remember the original Miss Saginaw that Dick Cassini built, and it was beautifully done. And the jet pods and everything like that they were both functional.
Yeah.
They stiffened the fuselage, but they also added a nice appearance. So
a cool trick to get a nice monocoat finish is make sure you blow all the dust off of the wing, and make sure your joints are nicely sanded off. And if you do that, you just secure the perimeter, and then as you heat it up and shrink it down, it's going to give you a nice surface. I mean, something that looks very, very nice. I mean, like you have to look at it like from this vantage point, not from what I'm showing you, because you just cannot see it. But we don't have any goosebumps. Like if you have leaf dust and little beads of dust on top of the surface, and you put the monocoat on top of it, it's going to look like goosebumps, right?
Right.
And we have none anywhere. Just like trying to teach him the proper way of doing stuff. So yeah, that's all I have to share.
Okay, I think
gonna
Jim
say,
Hoffman
looks like you have Kevlar lead outs again also, right?
Yeah,
Is
those
that
terrible
Kevlar or
things.
Spectra?
Huh?
Is that Kevlar or Spectra?
Kevlar.
Okay.
Kevlar doesn't burn like Spectra does. Spectra is plastic. Kevlar will not burn. Kevlar is meant to, it will take the heat very well.
Yeah, Spectra's melts at I think 450 or something. I forget the number, but it's up there. But actually Spectra has actually replaced Kevlar in some applications because of its toughness, which surprised me too. But I just like the idea that those laid outs will never kink. and or anything like that. I think it's a great idea. So
What do you wipe the Spectra lines down with?
anything you want. The Spectra is
No, no, no,
impervious to
no, no. You
anything.
can't use Rain-X. I learned that the hard way.
Well, okay, if you Rain-X is like glue, but use alcohol wipes or
Okay.
just rubbing alcohol. That's probably that's probably the best way to get oil and stuff off of it. I think alcohol is the best way to get there from here.
Steve asked me what to wipe them down with, and I said, I don't have any idea.
Yeah.
I use alcohol that's got a little bit of it's not silicon, something in it that's an oil, and it slicks it back up when you dry it out with the alcohol. This will slick it back up. It's what I used on my metal lines. And I did some checking, and I said, well, let's see what it does on this. And I did it. And if you clean them with alcohol a few times, they get to where they almost feel rough. And this stuff slicks them back up where they're just buttery slick.
Hmm.
Let me let Jim Hoffman in here before he has to go. Hey, Jim, go ahead, Jim.
All right, so I've got to go. So a few weeks ago, I asked about any devices to discharge batteries. I always come home, I usually have a battery or two spare. And somebody, I think it was Stuart maybe, recommended this little widget.
Yeah, yeah.
What's it called? AO Coda. So I Googled it and found it for, I don't know, about 20 bucks. And I bought one, and you've got these are little light bulbs that are the load. And you have to build some little mount for it. There's no instructions at all, zero. But I figured it out, and it worked pretty well. Discharge just the 6S. It's designed only for a 6S. But it slowly discharges a 6S and has logic in there that stops it at 3.7 volts per cell, which is where you want. That's the storage level. Is it 3.7 or 3.9?
I think it's 3.85.
Yeah, so it stopped it right where I wanted it to. Anyhow, it's slow, but who cares?
How slow is it?
No.
What was that, Howard?
You can get additional modules for that controlled by the blue thing. And each comes with 3 light bulbs and you can discharge as fast as you want.
Oh.
I use a parallel board and discharge a bunch of them at the same time.
So how long does it take to discharge your batteries, Howard?
Depends on how many you have and how many modules you have.
Yeah. This thing, as I show it, is slow. It was probably an hour to get one battery down. But who cares? For me, who cares? But
now, why would you just fly the battery and call it a day in 5 minutes and you're done?
I'll tell you why. Because I drive a long way to go fly, and my time is really valuable. So I bring more than enough charged batteries. And when I'm done flying, I'm done flying. It's not because I've run out of batteries.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
So that creates another situation. Yeah.
Yeah, there's times when I go and I just take more batteries than I could possibly use, or I'll take enough batteries for 2 airplanes and only get to fly one of them or something like that. So, but I prefer not to discharge them at home, but sometimes you got to do that. So
I guess I'm kind of fortunate because the flying field I go to, I have a charger over there. They have a power plug, and I just charge as I fly, and I have to discharge maybe 1 battery and stuff like that. So
Nah, I just have to put fuel in the tank when I need to go again. That's all I got to do. Start it up. It's easier that way. I don't have to deal with all that BS. I don't have to carry batteries. I don't have to look for a plug socket. I don't have to worry about discharging. I don't have to catch my house on fire discharging things and overcharging.
When you dish it out, you better be ready to be on the receiving end as well.
Hey, only thing you got to do is build another airplane when it gets soaked with castor oil. That's about it.
You've never flown an electric plane, right, Steve?
No, sir.
Okay, so I mean, you don't know what you're missing. They actually are.
Yeah, I know. It's probably a great thrill. It's probably a really nice thing, but the thing that I don't get over on it is that it's electronically programmed. So it takes takes it away from it takes you away from it. You know what I mean? You have something programming the airplane to fly and do what you're trying to make your engine do. And the electrics does it all for you with the program, kind of, doesn't it?
No, no, I wouldn't say that. It just enhances the 4-2 brake that we enjoy. It's
Yeah.
enhanced, but you still got to fly the plane. I mean, you're still flying it. I
Right.
mean, the one thing which is nice is that you get the same flight every time, same motor run every time. They're both good. I mean, it's not really. I mean, there's some guys that have glow setups. I mean, my stalker gave me consistent motor runs, great power, all the time, every time. It was fantastic.
Right.
You know, so I like them both.
I could see where someone, if they had a nitro engine that acted up all the time, or acted funny,
Right.
I could see why they would want to get away from it, why they would not want to continue to deal with it, especially the mess they make and everything else. I can understand that. But no, I'm not against them, and I'm not saying that I will never fly one and I wouldn't like to own one. Because don't get me wrong, I would love to have the money to own one. I think it would be a great thing. And it would be really nice. But I'm just not there yet.
No problem. I wasn't
I'm
there
not
with my electric either.
That's why it's a hobby, Stephen. Let's enjoy what we do, and let's enjoy each other's
All right,
company
Jim.
while
Thanks
we're
for coming in.
doing
I
it.
appreciate it, Jim.
Good night, everybody.
This thing will do it in 10 minutes.
Hey, Philip, let me let you have your shot. Go ahead, Philip.
This is that FD 200 that Steve's been talking about. Steve Hines has been talking about. He's mentioned it several times, and I bought one. They're my wife bought it for me. They're $80. You got 2 buttons on the front here and 2 little scales. It's how many cells and how much the current. But you can plug the thing in and you put an app on your telephone, and you can watch and see where they are and how long it's going to take. Usually about 10 minutes. Kill a 6 cell in 10 minutes, 4 cell, about 10 minutes, and you're ready to put them away. Now I discharge them a little slower than that because I don't want to fry them.
Right.
But you can adjust it. There are 2 buttons here, and you can run it across and slow it down or speed it up. But I only take it down at about 2.5 amps. You can take it down at 8 amps, but I take it down to 2.5. And it takes about 10 minutes, and it works every time. But it will tell you on your watch, and it'll beep and shut down at storage voltage, and it's ready to go. And you can set the voltage. Some guys are telling me they like to set it lower than 3.85. And I understand these new batteries store at a different voltage, and you can set it. You can change it to whatever you want to. So
who makes that?
$80. They're $79.95 on.
Who makes it?
What's the one on T? What's the one on the? Do what?
Who makes it, and where can you get it?
It's called a SDT. If you just look up FD 200 discharger, that's how we found it.
FD, like Frank
FD
Delta.
FD like Frank David 200 discharger, and look it up on Amazon. This is what comes on. Now this does not come with it. You have to get the cable to run to your battery. I felt like I was getting slighted, but it does not come with them. Steve said it didn't come with his either. But it's just a wire. You get it at Hobby Shop, and
or you can make it.
Well, you can make it if you're handy. A lot of people are. A lot of people. I mean, it took 2 minutes, but some guys say they can't. They don't have the stuff to do this. I have a soldering station and all. I mean, I was electronics tech for 30 years, so
right.
But anyway, so I've got everything. But anyway, it works. It's $80, but it works. And so far, I've used it about 4 times, about six to 8 batteries, and it's quicker than putting it in your discharger, and sitting listening to that big loud fan run for an hour.
Very good. Can you stand up and show me your shirt again? Can you show me?
Okay.
I love shirts. Don't rush me. I'm waiting for the last minute. I need that shirt because I've been accused of that.
I've got another one that says it's got Snoopy on it and it says, okay, I'll take it. It's got Snoopy on it and it says, don't ask me to do stuff. Then I've got another one that Vicky just bought me that says, oh, that's what I'm wearing. What's the other one say? You've got one like it. I can't remember. I'll wear it Monday night or something.
I like the one that Steve Hines has. I think Samantha gave it to him. It says duct tape can't fix stupid.
Yeah.
Actually, there's
I have one of those too.
Good night. Did you leaving Sparky?
Yep.
All right. Good night, man. Thanks. Keep up.
Sparky, take care of yourself.
All right, Sparky.
There's
Nice, Mark.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robert.
there's another train of thought there too. If it wasn't for the last minute, nothing would get done. So,
That's the truth.
Yeah.
I still got to charge batteries tonight. So
that's it.
oh Lord. Either that or get up early in the morning. I'll probably get up early in the morning.
Get up
Do what-
early, put them on charge, have your coffee, have your Cheerios, and by the time you get all that done, your batteries will be ready to go.
That's it. That's it. Because I was going to take the SV in the morning. I decided to take the Vector again.
That's the good
It's
news
fine,
on my
fine.
SV11. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Philip.
That's all right. Now, the difference between the SV11 and the Vector, when I come home from flying the Vector 8 flights, my shoulder don't hurt. I'm going to take the SV and my shoulder hurts. So
8 pounds of pull.
you guys that still have good shoulders, thank you, lucky stars. You didn't climb telephone poles for 30 years. I'm going to tell you that.
Well, I'm excited. I brought my batteries home. I went flying today, took out 4 batteries and used them all up. Now I have a thing called common sense. It tells me what's left in the battery, and it said all I had left was 4%. And I was thinking, oh my God, what's going on, right? But of course you don't go by that. You charge the battery up. And when I charged them up, I was only adding like 80% of the batteries. So the batteries are only coming down to 20%. So thank you, Tryon, for that, for the rails. I got the rails in, I got the foam out, and I got air going around the battery. And I think it's working really good. So I'm pretty excited to not be going so deep into the batteries like I was before.
You're welcome.
So we got to keep an eye on Trey, and he's pretty smart. He's a little crazy, but he's pretty smart.
Yeah. And see
Comes
here.
hand in hand, man. Works quite well.
I heard he's a cheapskate when it comes to tape, though.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea, though. I mean, that's readily available, and we have plenty of X-Acto knives, single edge blades. We can cut them all the time, and if we don't do a good job cutting, it's cheap. Just do another one.
Yeah.
I tell you what, they talk about X-Acto knives. When you cut and tape, you want cheap, go get you some single edge razor blades.
You want
those are
round
cheap.
discs.
Yeah.
Get
The round disc?
Round disc works, especially if you have a cutting mat, not a piece of glass. You'll ruin that on a piece of glass, but if you got a cutting mat, that thing will last forever.
That's the way you cut silk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works really good for cutting fiberglass cloth and stuff like that. But I'd never thought of trying to cut tape with it. Have to try that. So.
And
No, I can't afford silk, so I
Hey,
can't
Ken.
find silk.
Yes, you can.
Where?
Tie, I have to look it up. Tie silk. Where was that?
Yeah,
Get the
tie
5
silk.
Tie silk and the 5 mommy.
Tie silk
have
and
to-
the what?
Silk.
The last part I didn't get, Joe. And it's high monkey. What'd you say?
Tie. It's just tie silk.
Tie silk. Okay.
You want 5 mommy. Mommy. 8 mommies heavy. 5's what you want.
Oh, 5 mommy. Okay.
I don't know what mommy is, but that's.
I'll have to get in touch with Joe and get some of that. I'd like to build an old timer and go for that Spirit of 52 next year for Brodak.
Hey, that's on
Let me
my
try that.
list of suppliers.
It is?
I got to
Tie
get
silk.
that. I don't
Tie
have
silk,
that.
import silk.
Yeah, it's on there.
I haven't gotten anything from you yet, Mark. I keep waiting.
Is that on the Pampa website? That list of vendors? Or 'cause I haven't gotten an email or anything on that information on the vendors or supplies. How do you get that information, Mark Wise?
I
On
will,
that
if
website.
you guys didn't get them, just send me your email address and I'll send them out to you.
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll do that because I got your on my computer somewhere.
Okay.
I got to find my computer. But, I know where it is upstairs.
You're not on your computer? What are you on?
I'm on the house computer. I'm on Vicky's computer. This one's touch screen. It's a big screen and it's touch sensitive and all that. Mine is not. Mine is.
Vicky has all the good stuff, huh?
Well, Vicky's smart.
All right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she wasn't out in all kinds of weather climbing poles for 30 years. She had good sense. She stayed in an office. My wife's biggest play, that biggest joke that I've ever seen on her was not to be on her, but she worked in a cubicle at one point. And she had a sign in her office because her boss had told her to think outside the box. She put a sign up and said, "How can I think outside the box when I work in a cube?" And her boss saw it and just kind of turned around, walked back to her desk, to her office. So
I just got
anyway.
a chat from John Skukulek. He says, and he's a member of our YouTube channel. Thank you for your support.
Hey, Big John.
And he says the list is on the pamphlet site.
List is on the pamphlet. Okay, I'll look tomorrow.
Thank you, John.
Bill,
Yes, sir.
you know how to think outside the box in those situations?
Walk outdoors.
Work from home. Hey, you
Well,
asked
that's
me
what
to
they
think
do now.
outside the box. I'm working from home. I'm
Yeah.
outside the cube, aka
Yeah.
the box. So
I got a buddy that is working from home now, and they say he's producing more than he ever has. And he is spending most of his day building models. So
All right.
he's sitting there thinking as he's cutting balls. He said, that's how he thinks. Whatever works.
it's the job done.
That's it.
Phil,
That's it. Yes, sir.
my body.
Excuse me?
I'm out of
You
here,
froze,
guys.
Joe.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Good
night,
night, Ryan. We're almost done. We're going to be ending the show in
Yeah.
like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We're ending the live
I'm
stream.
going to stick around for 5 minutes. You see, he's got the airplane in his hands. So we
Yeah,
got to be on our feet.
I thought we was going on a tangent, so I was just
We got to keep an eye. We got to be careful now. John, he's already got it ready.
dust
He's
this
got
thing
the-
off.
He's got the prop warmed up,
Go.
Lord.
You got to hear it, Gary?
Yeah, electrical storm's coming here, so
Electrical storm. Okay, well,
Oh,
be
good
safe.
luck, Gary.
I think-
Take care,
yeah.
buddy.
see you guys.
Yeah, be safe.
care.
Be good.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah.
See you Monday. I
Hey,
hope.
Gary,
Okay, yep.
This is Monday. It'll be Friday.
This is
Oh, I'll tell
Monday.
you what, once you get retired, it's rough because every day is the same unless you just see the calendar. Your wife gets up and lays your suit out on the end of the bed. It's time to put the suit on, go to church.
That's it. 6
You know,
Saturdays
boy.
followed by a Sunday. So
That's it. That's it.
Hey,
I
Phil,
get real- Yes, sir.
if you keep talking about dogs and things, you don't have to worry about Charles because that Mario plane is electrical powered and its battery's flat.
I like
Talk about
that.
this,
That's
Jonathan.
good.
You
That's
talk about
good.
this.
Yep.
This is powered by M&M's. My M&M's biplane.
That's cool. I like
You're
that.
better.
I like that. See,
Very
it's-
good.
Powered
my
by
problem with an M&M's airplane is I eat all the fuel.
yeah.
that's cool.
That is cool.
It does the job.
There you go.
Well, we can end the live stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in. Just so blessed you guys continue to come in. I appreciate it. And thank you very much for coming in. So hopefully you have a chance to do some flying or work in your shop the rest of the week and then come back Friday and tell us all about it. So until then, fair winds and time.